Welcome back to the Hotel Orloff, ladies and gentlemen. Got a package in the mail. We're going to be opening that up. That's a AOK from Charlton 66 who sent me some cool stuff. We'll open that up and then we're going to look at a few comic books in there, and then we're going to get on the air and broadcast a radio show in honor of Randolph Mantooth, who passed away a few days ago. Growing up, I always loved Dragnet, and Jack Webb started that show, Dragnet, on radio before television, and it was about plainclothes detectives. Is that what you call them? Yeah, they're the policemen that wear suits, and he brought that to television. And then in the late 60s, he had this great show called Adam 12. And it was about the police that are in squad cars. And then Emergency started, I would say, about 71, 72. That's just my memory. And that show was also these were all set in Los Angeles. And that was about Los Angeles paramedics. And then, what else did he do? He spent a lot of years, almost his whole career, doing TV shows about first responders. And then Project UFO was also a Jack Webb show. You always know it's a Jack Webb show at the end. I believe it was Mark IV Productions, and there'd be a big burly hand and an anvil coming down, a blacksmith, burning that 4 into the rock. That's what I remember. But Project UFO was about government guys, but not police. But they kind of acted that way. They'd go and talk to people and knock on their doors. It was about Project Blue Book, and where they were investigating UFOs, as they now stupidly call them UAPs. I guess they thought the term UFO had become so laughable that people just laughed about it, like the term flying saucers, that they had to come up with a new word. I'm not sure why they came up with that new word. So I really loved Dragnet and Adam 12. I didn't watch Emergency as much, and I'm not sure why, because the shows, when I did see it, I really loved the show, but I'm not quite sure. The show that was, his shows, Jack Webb's shows that he was in and that he produced, were always realistic. They felt realistic, but other shows made by other people, like Chips, that was not a Jack Webb production, with the motorcycle policeman in Los Angeles. That show would just be ridiculous. There'd be some wreck at the beginning where cars would be flipping up and doing somersaults, and although that was, I guess, entertaining to watch. Also, the thing about Jack Webb shows, they always said that they were true stories, dramatized for you. I'm not sure if they used that premise in Emergency or not, but don't know about that. Been having a kind of a, not a pain, but a soreness right here. Right in here. I don't know if it's a pulled muscle or what. Today I went down, just walked down the street to this clinic and said I need to. Yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna go in at 8 o'clock Wednesday. See what's going on, man. Maybe who knows. All right, so that's what's going on with me. This new Roku now, if you're not watching it for a while, if you leave YouTube idle, it goes to a fish tank mode. This started a couple of weeks ago. And Ambrose the cat has been trying to figure out how to get up to that screen to get those fish. So when they came up with this wonderful, wacky idea to create the fish tank mode, I don't think they were thinking about cats and their reaction to it. But anyway, Charlton 66, man, I really thank you like this for this amazing package, and let me get everything set up here and we'll take a look. Actually, I went ahead and put it all on the pinball machine. Keep it away from the cats. Let me go get it. All right. I'm used to going to a doctor for a physical once a year. That's the way it was done where I used to live. And then I would, and my insurance would pay for that. But then I'm asked to come twice a year. And my insurance doesn't pay for that second visit. And then I wind up, gee, I'm just owing more and more money. And it's just building up like some insane credit card. So I thought maybe I should get a doctor that lets me just go for a physical once a year. But I don't know, maybe they don't let you do that if you're a certain age. Who the heck knows? Man, there's no music playing in the background. What's going on here? Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I slacking to this morning, this afternoon, whatever the time it is. From the radio on. It's almost 5 o'clock in the evening, just to let you know. Well, the first thing Kevin sent me was this copy of Silver Surfer #1, a facsimile. Obviously, the original would have said probably 25 cents, even though this was in 1968 in the 15-cent era. I think the early Silver Surfer issues were square-bound, thick comics, so it was probably a 25-center, and wouldn't have had the barcode and that there at the bottom. But it's a magnificent John Buscema cover, and this came out, I don't know, about 6 months ago. And I normally get all my comics from Kevin at Gotham City, but he didn't order this particular book. He's ordering Silver Surfer now. He just kind of knows his customers and knows that they wouldn't be interested in a reprint of Silver Surfer #1. But I said, but I'm interested. Or maybe he sold out before I got it. I don't know what the story was. Yeah, well, I saw Silver Surfer #1. I don't know if it was $5 or $2.50 back in 1974, 75 at it was like a flea market inside of a mall. You know, this is about the time that Young Frankenstein was playing in the theater. So that gives you a time period. And someone had this guy that couldn't have been too much out of high school had all these boxes set up, and I was looking at the Not Brand comics, but I remember seeing this, but it was too much to afford. And this has been reprinted before when in the late 70s, Fantasy Masterpieces. But the color, they changed the colors and everything. This is the original coloring. And they replicate the square-bound binding that it originally had. So this is a higher quality paper. You're not going to get the spine splitting. It's these facsimiles are amazing. It's the greatest thing going right now is the reprinting of these old comic books. I have to say, but like everything, if I'm excited about it, it's either old or it sounds like it's old. The bands that I like sound like bands from the 60s. The Suffragettes, Bethlehem Shalom. I was listening to, everything I like is old. So, I don't know. It's beautiful. It's got slick paper. And everything. DC tries to replicate the newsprint feel. It's just interesting to see these old ads printed on slick paper. There's a Spider-Man trailer that I saw. That movie doesn't look too bad, but oh yes, look at this wonderful ad here for this issue of Not Brand Ec. Okay, I got something I gotta go do. I will put you into pause for a moment. Well, we're back. I saw something on social media that today, around in this area, or maybe around this whole state, they've been having something called cold funnel clouds. And it's completely sunny and warm outside, and they say they're not tornadoes, they're little funnels that come down out of the clouds, but don't hit the ground, caused by cold air being up there or something. Never heard of that kind of stuff before. But people were commenting, I saw one, and they were all real close to where I'm at. But I was going to go outside and see if I could find some, but I didn't do it. So, oh well. Here's an amazing book, Undersea Menace from the year 3200. Steve Conley's Astounding Space Thrills. Charlton 66 sent me a really cool finished drawing he had done by the guy that did this book of Morticia Addams about a year or so ago. And this is a book of his amazing art. It reminds me sort of what they do over in Europe. Like in England, they would have comic books with hard covers, like special annual albums, that would be like this instead of square bound like Silver Surfer #1. They had these thick books. Anyway, well, here's a facsimile that just came out, and I would have gotten this from Kevin, but he didn't order this because he said I'm ordering the Archie comics that have double meaning innuendo covers and the ones that are that have monsters on the cover. I said, no, order all the Archie facsimiles, man. There's one that's coming out next Wednesday that'll be coming into the stores, but it's not going to be sold till next Wednesday, of Little Archie #1. And Little Archie, it's kind of like when you talk about Walt Disney comics. Everyone always has that fondness and reverence for Uncle Scrooge, even though Carl Barks did art for Donald Duck, but it was Uncle Scrooge where it turned into this epic just magnificent. It was a magnificent comic that everyone knew was wonderful, even at the time that it was coming out. And the comic collectors in the 60s that loved those books would, the Disney comics didn't list an artist. But they would say, oh, this is the good duck artist. And so they could spot Carl Barks' art, and they would say, yeah, this is by the good guy, the good duck artist. And then it came out. The guy that everyone was always loving was Carl Barks. And then all through the 70s, people knew that name, and it was always mentioned in the Overstreet Price Guide. But as far as Archie goes, people have respect for Little Archie, which I think was drawn by Bob Boland. Am I wrong? I could be wrong with that name. I'm probably wrong. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking. But Little Archie were spectacular stories. To me, Little Archie is kind of the Uncle Scrooge. It's something that real comic collectors, at least back in the old days, when I first started collecting comics and I started to discover there were other people that collected comics, and I started reading Overstreet Price Guide and the Comics Journal, I learned that the people older than me knew Uncle Scrooge and Little Archie, and there were things you looked for, and and now no one cares. Today it's all key issues; they're all that matters, and because people today getting into comic collecting are looking at people, they're like, let's say you're 25, you want to collect comics. So you watch someone else that's under 30 telling you on YouTube about what's great out there. And they don't watch older people. When I was a kid, and when I was young, I looked up to the people that had been collecting comics. Oh man, I saw a video yesterday. This guy went to a lady's house, and her father had been born in 1923, and he was a paper boy, and he got money from his paper route, and he bought comics new off the stand, and she had all of these comics that she'd put into trash bags, stacks into trash bags to keep bugs away from them. They've been in the basement for years. She said family story is a picker came once and found a stack of comics in the basement and bought them for $3. And in that one stack was Superman #1. But it's probably in my history. I could find it, but that picker didn't see all the other comics. And Detective Comics 27 was in there, and I think altogether the lady made almost she made over $1 million. And she had no idea. She thought maybe she might get $1,000 for all these comics that her dad had collected. But anyway, this Life with Archie is the first appearance of Pure Heart the Powerful. Archie became a superhero, and this was not, superheroes had become popular in the 60s again, and Marvel was doing really well, and it just but I think that this is a comic from 1965, but then at that time they did know that Batman was in production as a TV series for ABC. But once Batman premiered in January of '66, then they did tons more of these Archie superhero comics, and just like they had done Archie as a Man from U.N.C.L.E. type around the same time. And what was the other fad they exploited in Archie? He was a superhero. They did monsters, and see, it's just inescapable how important monsters, especially Frankenstein, was to the wonderful baby boomer generation, which sometimes younger people besmirch them, but No, they were great. Let's see. They are great. What am I saying? Um, doesn't have the year. I'm pretty sure this is a 1965 issue. Groovy. Okay, Archie does this cool thing. Well, they don't put the price on the cover, but they don't obnoxiously put $3.99 or $4.99. They put it on the back, and it's barely readable. But there it is, $4.99, and the barcode is hidden. You don't even really notice it from a distance. It just looks like a coupon or something. So the comic looks pretty real, except there's just no price there, and it would have said 12 cents if this was real. I mean, it is a real object. I'm able to hold it in my hand, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's not the real thing. So the thing is to listen to music from the '60s and have throwback television on, watching old cartoons, and then read these facsimiles, and maybe if you just close your eyes and click your heels together, maybe you can magically transport yourself back to a time when ads like this were, wow, amazing. Wow. So there's something else coming out next week too. I don't remember. Nah, maybe this is the only, that Little Archie may be the only facsimile coming out next week. Little Archie. Okay, so that's that. Oh yes, he sent me a picture and asked me if I needed this book, and I have a copy that looks like it was rescued from a fire, and so I said, yeah, that looks like that's in better condition than the one I've got. As we're talking about how important monsters were to the baby boomer generation and how much, and I'm not technically a baby boomer. I missed being a baby boomer really by, I think, a year. I think the birth date that cuts you off from being a baby boomer is the year 1964. And I was born in 1965. But because my two older brothers were about 10 and 9 years older than me, their childhood in the middle, in the 60s, and the stuff I inherited from their childhoods made me really feel squarely like a baby boomer. And this is, of course, a copy of Bob Hope, The Adventures of Bob Hope, number 96. And there's no scorch marks on this copy. Wow. Let's see. December 65. Wow. So this really came out around Halloween of 65, because comics are always dated 2 months in advance. And December 65, would be followed by January of 66, which is when Batman premiered. And of course, Batman came on. It didn't come on in September like most. It was a mid-season thing. Look at this. The monsters playing football. Now, at this time, the Comics Code prevented you having the living dead or monsters in comics. Look at this great artwork. But in a humorous way, or if they're literary references, you could get away with it. Yeah, it says December 65 through January 66. So Bob Hope was kind of, if you were a kid in 1965, 66, this was a comedian from your dad's generation. But they're selling it to you with this super hip mod character and the monsters and this great artwork because and really if a kid tuned in and watched a Bob Hope movie on television, they were always funny. He like the Three Stooges, transcends generations and is funny. Uh-oh, this this werewolf is speaking with a German accent and doing the salute. Oh my gosh. This is just a dream, man. This is like this is a dream, man. I haven't looked inside this book. I wish I had more copies of this comic, but also the Atom, which is advertised here. Oh, you know what? Emergency, I just remembered, was they were based out of they had the Rampart station in Los Angeles. My wife grew up in Los Angeles. She said that is that's this bag's a little tight. It's starting to split, so I'm gonna put it in a different bag. But when I get another bag, I'll find one. She said the Rampart area, when she was growing up, was a real bad part of town. But the nurse that answered the phones that was in that hospital where they would take people, remember they had a doctor and they had a nurse, and that was Julie London, that was the wonderful singer, sang "Cry Me a River," and she was Jack Webb's wife. But I don't know if they were still married when Emergency went on the air. But he obviously, I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny that. But he put her on the show. Oh shit! The cat knocked my ashtray down. Now, I don't smoke. I never have. But I sometimes will buy an ashtray if it looks this cool, and I have no idea what this is advertising. This King, I need to look it up. This King V84, high speed, precision, no jacks. I don't know, just a cool ashtray. What do you think? Too much reflection. Okay. Anyway, he contacted me the other day, Charlton, and said, I'm going through my comics. I found a couple of duplicates. Do you have these? And I said, no. So he said, I'll send them to you with the other stuff. So a little bit more of the AOK. This is a Charlton comic. Now, this book, I have a copy that's a reprint from 1977 that has modern comics here. What you can do about pimples. This is from July of 1967. I felt that tightness again. So, if you probably are aware of what James Gunn has done to Peacemaker and Judo Master. Now, I enjoyed that first season. The second season was something that's a horrible experience. Anyway, I mean, there was some clever ideas behind the second season, but see, this artwork is very different from the artwork in the back. Art by Sam Granger. This is an interesting art style. It's exaggerated, which is what I like. It's the sensational sentinels into the lair of the mindbender. Yeah, I'd like to know more about this artist. I'll have to research him. One thing that does it is, see, the lettering here, it looks like it was done by hand. It's more traditional, like in most superhero comics. And then the lettering and the Thunderbolt story is more machine done. And that's one thing that makes things look so very different. Peter Cannon, Thunderbolt. Well, the Thunderbolt character wasn't. I'm sure DC must have bought the rights to Thunderbolt when they bought all the rest of these characters, but I can't think of if Thunderbolt was used in any. I don't think Thunderbolt was used in Watchmen with a different name. I don't know if DC's ever done anything with the Thunderbolt character, but I'm sure maybe they have. Yeah, then there's one other issue of Thunderbolt. This one, there was no Modern Comics reprint of this one. So I'm seeing this one for the first time. T-Bolt makes his move as the tiger leaps. That's cool that his nickname is T-Bolt. Look at that. That's great. Something very Golden Age looking about the artwork there. This one came from the same collection as the other one, because this one has the same stain that the other one had. So this is the same original owner. So see, they're doing a letter page very much like Marvel at this point, and there's that great artist that I just discovered here in the back. I'm sure someone will remind me, you know him from all this other great stuff. And I'll go, oh, yeah. I just drawing a blank right now. It's cool stuff. I need to get more issues of, they're doing a very Marvel-looking layout for that splash page. Let's see what the splash page looks like for Thunderbolt. Where stalks the mummy? But see, no one could do that fake Shakespearean headlines like Stan Lee could. I'm sorry, but we respect Stan Lee here on this channel. Monsters from outer space. I remember this ad. This guy looks a little bit like J.R. Bob Dobbs. Some of you know who that is. Ooh, look at that. That looks completely like that's been traced from an issue of Tales of Suspense. It looks like the Red Skull with bandages on, which is something that maybe, that looks completely like Jack Kirby traced. We just won't paint him red, we'll put bandages on him. This just cheers me up, things have been a little depressing lately, but then you get a little atomic age air rifle. I just don't want, my father he kept having stents put in his heart, which I always thought, I hope that doesn't happen to me. I hope that's not what's about to happen to me. I don't know what's going on. Gotta lose weight. I've lost 12 pounds, but that's hardly a drop in the bucket for someone as immensely fat as I am. Well, this is a fantastic present. Christmas in July. I've already got the tree up, and it attracts wonderful AOKs like this, man. Yeah, man. Cool. Oh, I don't have the phone plugged in. It's going to wind up dying. We ought to start our broadcast downstairs, but hold on a second. Well, I thought since we were doing a tribute to Randolph Mantooth, I would create a cool little picture to put up for the video today. And I pulled down a picture of Randolph Mantooth in his blue paramedic outfit. We're going to take Drew out for a walk real quick, I think. Anyway, and then I told the AI, because I had used up my grok amount for the day. That was Elon Musk has this AI that'll do things for you. That's pretty great. It listens to what you're saying. It understands. It's smart. So I had to use Meta AI, which is Mark Zuckerberg's inferior AI. But there's absolutely no limit. It's all free. But you don't have to pay for it because they're writing down everything you want to look at and ask, so they can create a profile for you. So when the robots come to round you up someday, come on, cat, stay back. Come on, Drew, we got to go out. Drew, so anyway, come on, Drew, we're going out. So I told Meta AI, I said, use this photo and this way, Drew, and and have a ruined, smoking, destroyed Los Angeles behind him, have an airplane coming down in flames, have a crushed red fire truck behind him, and have him smiling at the camera with a red-haired girl holding on to his arm that's all scared, but he's smiling, and then have Godzilla in the distance. And then Meta AI says, and then I said, have we remember Randolph Mantooth? And then the AI said, we cannot do that because Randolph Mantooth is alive. Also, he is a real person, and we can't use Godzilla. And he said, but I could make it look like just a generic paramedic with that uniform. And I said, oh, okay. So he created the picture, and then they created a generic monster, but not exactly Godzilla. And so then I used that picture and I said, okay, make his face longer. Make his nose narrower and longer. And I kept asking it things, and make his hair parted in the middle. I kept trying to get that picture to look more like Randolph Mantooth, but it never really worked. So the next morning when I got my privilege back to create more on Grok, I went over there to Elon Musk's platform, and it immediately did the picture of Randolph Mantooth without any question. It gave me everything. It made everything destroyed behind him look even better. It's just Meta AI. It's like acts like maybe like it. You couldn't create like something like a net Funicello in Beach Party. It would consider that to be horrible. It won't give you a swimsuit. It'll give you like something from 1910, or like it's like Amish robots that just do not want to give you. They're completely scared. So just let you know that Elon Musk is better than Mark Zuckerberg, but you probably already knew that, although they're all evil, right? We know that. Okay, so we're going to pay homage to Randolph Mantooth. I go on the air in about 2 minutes, so let me get things ready here. KLIF 1190. Hey, you're tuned to the Grottu Orloff Show. It's a wonderful Monday afternoon. It's Taco Monday.
Remember this big cliff classic.
Hey, this one goes out to Randolph Mantooth. Rest in peace. Randolph Mantooth, special tribute tonight. Randolph Mantooth's biggest fan right there.
whir in the wind. The werewolf by night is back again. Hunters in green, guns loaded tight, trapping the beast under city light. But something wilder just broke through the fray. Orange and black stripes lighting up the way. Giant-sized creatures running through the night. Werewolf howling, Tigger ready for the fight. Fangs and fury, claws tearing through the air. Tigger, the werewolf that's striking without a care. Holy terror under moonlight glow. Secret origins only the brave will know. Giant-sized creatures, feel the beast inside. She moves like lightning, a jungle queen unleashed. Tigger's got the power, the curse, and the beast. From the labs that broke her to the streets running red. She's half woman, half tiger, living in her head. They tried to cage her, they tried to make her tame, but the feral heart is calling out her name. Side by side, the wolf under the same damn moon. Two monsters rising, rising, singing their own tune. Giant-sized creatures running through the night. Werewolf howling, Tigger ready for the fight. Fangs and fury, claws tearing through the air. Tigger, the werewolf striking without a care. Holy terror under moonlight glow. Secret origins only the brave will know. Giant-sized creatures, feel the beast inside. Men behind the monster, pulling on the strings, trying to control the power that the full moon brings. But you can't chain the wild, you can't kill the curse. In the giant-sized night, things only get worse. Double giant-sized creatures tearing up the night. Werewolf and Tigger burning oh so bright. No more hiding, no more running scared. The beasts are loose and the hunters best beware. Giant-sized creatures, under the moon we ride. Feel the fury. Giant-sized creatures.
Tigra! Remember buying Giant-Sized Creatures #1 when I was in 4th grade. Her first appearance here on KLF 1190. God. Yes, you're tuned into the Grottu Orloff Show. It's 5 minutes till 6, Monday night.
Hey man, I'm having a great time shooting firecrackers and listening to Grottu Orloff on KLIF.
Yeah, that was the guy from Central High School, man. He just requested this on the Grottu telephone, this new song. The greatest hit going in Dallas-Fort Worth area today at KLIF, the Grottu Orloff Show. Hey, 7 degrees out there. It's 6 o'clock here on KLF 1190, the Grottu Orloff Show.
Last night I ran down to the Piggly Wiggly store, 12 cents in my hand, couldn't wait anymore. Grabbed that shiny comic right off the rack. Tales of Sisters number 8, read, took it back, flipped it open under my bedside light, and oh, what a journey through the marble night. Iron Man's in the spotlight, fighting for his life. Titanium Man's causing all kinds of strife. In Washington, D.C., the battle rages on TV. Pepper Potts gets caught in that paralyzer beam. She's frozen stiff, can't even move a toe. But Tony's in that armor, he won't let her go. He yells, "Duck, Pepper," and throws a live wire. True short circuits the ray, saves the girl he loves too. Punches flying, armor clashing loud. Diamond edge drill spinning, but it won't cut through the crowd. Titanium Man's tough, but Iron Man's got heart. He finds the power circuits, tears the whole thing apart. What a victory, what a fight. Sonic boom blast brings the memories right. Happy Hogan remembers, knows the secret now. Tony Stark is Iron Man. Whoa! Russians in the sub leave their champion behind. Titanium Man sinks in the ocean, out of his mind. President watching, Senator too. Last night at the Piggly Wiggly, my dreams came true. Then I turned the page to the Captain America Teledactoids, pretending to be Cap without fail, looking just like Steve. Out of Avengers Mansion he goes, when suddenly crash through the window. Here comes the tumbler foes. This acrobatic crook trained to tumble and fight, thinks he's facing the real Star Spangled Night. He beats down the fake one, sends him flying through the wall. But the real Captain America answers the call. Cap dodges every flip,
That's Brenda Lee from 1965 here on KLIF 1190, the Grottu Orloff Show. Monday night, 6:03. That's a special dedication from Nick Shirley to his girlfriend Betty.
You shall utter no word without the permission of Basra. Her heart is weakening. It has to be replaced with a new one. This very night.
The blood drinkers. Vampires preying on the innocent. In the dark of night they attack to refresh themselves with the warm blood of the living, leaving behind them corpse after corpse, with no one safe from their deadly fangs. These are the blood drinkers. And Edgar Allan Poe's immortal classic of horror and hate. The Black Cat. Is it real? Is it alive? For unimaginable shock scenes, see The Black Cat from the pen of Edgar Allan Poe.
Now playing in a theater or drive-in near you.
At the edge of the universe, 400 men and women are probing the immeasurable blackness of space. Their leaders are an Earthman with no fear and a stranger with no heart. Travel beyond our time and solar system, into new galaxies, into worlds beyond your dreams. Star Trek, every week, in color on the NBC television network.
Yeah, you really should check that out. It's a great new show. NBC.
It's here, two of the most fearless portrayals ever presented on the motion picture screen. Some of the scenes are so powerful that many have fainted.
You will witness the actual birth of a baby before your very eyes. Yes, you too will learn facts and truths you never realized existed. You will hear in person Dr. X, noted commentator.
Because of the subject of this motion picture, it will play to adults only. You may faint, but you will never forget Streets of Sin and Life Begins.
Now showing at the Sheridan Drive-In Theater, Harlem Avenue at 79th Street.
That's a nice theater.
Now a safe has
to ride Palisades has a fun. Come on over. Shows and dancing are free, so the parking's so G. Come on over. Palisades on coast to coast, where a dime buys the most. Palisades amusement park, swing all day and after dark. Ride the coaster, get cool in the waves, in the pool you'll have fun. So come on over.
Hey, Dallas, let's twist! Everybody's doing the KLIF twist. Dallas is moving through the KLIF twist. In Highland Park, in Garden too, they're doing the big cliff twist. Let's twist the KLIF twist. Let's twist the KLIF twist. North Dallas, Oak Cliff, and Richardson too are doing the big cliff twist. Let's twist the KLIF twist. Let's twist the KLIF twist. You twist that dial to 1190, doing the big cliff twist. Doing the big cliff twist. Doing the big cliff twist. Hey, Dallas, let's twist!
With Grottu Orloff at 6:10, Monday, July the 13th. It's Monday the 13th, man. 2026. 84 degrees out there. KLF 1190.
Grottu Orloff. 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 seen I scored yesterday down at the drugstore spinner rack. What a gag! Strange Tales number 39, real gone and wild. I flipped that dime, baby, and now I'm telling it style. Oh, it's Strange Tales, man, the kind that blow your mind. Twists and chills and far out cats, leaving squares behind. I'm from the drugstore shelf to my pad. What a trip, what a ride. This comic's the end, the absolute end, Daddy, and I'm flying high. First up's Con-Off Plan. This cat's a real sculptor square. Molds little statues, but think they control the whole affair. Buildings twist, people dance like puppets on a string. He thinks he's the king, but his landlady's the real thing. She hawks a self-statue for the rent he didn't pay. Tosses it in the trash. Con-Off fades away like a puppet with no strings. Man, what a crazy bust. Don't mess with the mojo or you'll end up dust. The blind spot flips the script, a real mind bender. This poor hep cat can't see the danger around the corner. Alien scheming, or maybe just his own bad jive. One wrong glance and the world's turned upside. The secret of the ship, oh baby, out on the waves. Ghostly cargo, ancient curses, digging sailors' graves. And the man mountain, this giant dude, tall as the sky, crushing problems flat, but lonely, wondering why. Oh, it's Strange Tales, man, the kind that blow your mind. Twists and chills and far out cats, leaving squares behind. Bought it at the drugstore, Betty and Veronica. This one's the real groove, the atomic. Five who volunteered for the wild unknown trip. Music master blowing harp like an angel on a hip. Far out beats that save the band from total Squaresville. He's got the divine sound, man, pure heavenly thrill. I sat there in my pad, flipping pages till the moon, smiling big like that pin-up smile under the June tune. No capes or heroes yet, just weird tales from the edge. Atlas Comics cooking up the strange cool pledge. So come on over, Daddy, I'll show you the spreads. Strange Tales 39, still buzzing in my head. From the drugstore rack to my heart, what a score. Beatnik Babe's got the tail, now dig it some more. Yeah, real gone.
To your life, 1190.
Dog-eared pages in my hands, ink-stained faces, monster bands, creature claws and silver scars. I lost an hour, I found my stars. Turn the page,
KLIF. That was Brenda Lee on KLIF Radio. I am Grottu Orloff. How you doing?
Oh shit. Sorry. You're listening to my pal Grottu Orloff on KLIF Radio. He's great, really.
Thank you, Donald. He's our producer in the back room here. KLIF 1190. KLIF 1190, you're tuned into Grottu Orloff. Brought to you from the bottlers of Dr. Pepper. It's Monday night at the Memories. KLIF. 620. Adventures from 1964 here on KLF 1190.
Turn the page, kids. It's time to scream. Late at night, when the moon is full, I sneak downstairs and I feel that pull. Grab my flashlight, under the covers I hide, with my favorite magazine right by my side. I love famous monsters of filmland. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman too. I love famous monsters of filmland. For a Ackerman man, you know it's true. Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi's ghost, Lon Chaney Jr. and all the things I love most. Ray Harryhausen and those giant bugs, King Kong roaring and those rubber masks. I love famous monsters of filmland. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ghouls and gals and the Phantom's lair. I love famous monsters of filmland. Best magazine anywhere. Bridge page after page of glorious gore, makeup tips and monster lore, creepy covers that make me grin. Uncle Forey's my favorite feed. When the world gets too square and the days get long, I flip those pages and I sing this song. From the crypt to the stars and the black lagoon, famous monsters keeps me over the moon. I love famous monsters of filmland. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every issue is a screaming delight. I love famous monsters of filmland. Monster Kid forever, every single night. Famous monsters of filmland. I love you. Yeah.
Yes, and we love you, our fellow wonderful listeners out there in Grottu Land. Yeah. KLF 1190. How you doing? That was the Uncalled For from 1966 here on KLF 1190. Manta Rays with what am I? Sorry. Music to Bag and Board Comics by here on KLF 1190.
Well, I woke up this morning feeling so blue. Called you on the telephone, what did you do? You said, sorry, love, I got someone new. Then you laughed and you hung up. What a thing to do. Baby, you're an asshole. Yeah, yeah. Baby, you're an asshole. No, no. Treated me like a fool. Broke every rule.
KLAF 1190, the Grottu Orloff Show. 640.
I found your face down on my bedroom floor. Those wild paper eyes kept me coming back for more. Black and white beasts with a grin so mean turn my little room into a movie screen. I still hear that crackle when I turn the page. Every battle creature wears a brand new rage. Famous monsters of filmland. I love it, I love it. Famous monsters of filmland. Greasy bugs and ghoul hands stapled to my heart. Famous monsters of filmland. Never let me go. You taught me names, I'd shout in the dark. Count Dracula, Karloff, every scar a spark. Blue and cheap ink on my fingertips. I learned how to smile with the monster's lips. Now every midnight feels a little less cold when I hear those pages rattle through my soul. Famous monsters of Finland. I love it, I love it. Famous monsters of Finland. Greasy bugs and ghoul hands stapled to my heart. Famous monsters of Finland. Never let me go. Folded in my drawer, bent and bruised and torn. Still you wake me up like a back from the dead star. Famous monsters of Finland. I love it, I love it. Famous monsters of Finland. Greasy bugs and ghoul hands stapled to my heart. Famous monsters of Finland. Never let me go.
Hey, man, it's 6:40 p.m. on the Grottu Orloff Show.
Best damn hooker in the county.
What? Donald, what are you playing?
Flip that
Josh,
page. Feel the thrill. Famous monsters is the real deal. Back in the day when the monsters ruled the night, Forrest J. Ackerman gave us such a fright. Lugosi, Karloff, the Wolfman too. Every issue was a horror dream come true. Famous monsters of filmland, you're the greatest magazine. Full of ghouls and ghosts and things you've never seen. Makeup tips and monster news, Photoshop and me. Famous monsters of filmland, you're my favorite screen. Creature features, classic flicks from the silver screen. Ray Harryhausen and his Dynamation scene. Dracula's cave and Frankenstein's bride. Every page got me jumping with pride. Famous monsters of filmland, you're the greatest magazine. Building models, reading stories, living the dream. Boris Bell and the gang, they're all there on the scene. The mag that made the monsters come alive. Zombies, mummies, and mad scientists too. Famous monsters, man, we're forever true. Famous monsters of filmland, you're the king of the scene. Still the best damn horror mag there's ever been. From the 60s till forever, you keep the monsters keen. Famous monsters of filmland, you're a dream. Famous monsters, we love you. Keep the scares coming.
We're paying tribute to Randolph Mantooth tonight. The Grottu Orloff Show.
Your Phoenix is the finest place where everyone may go to get the food and atmosphere of friendly Mexico. The tamales and tortillas are among the favorites here. The guacamole salad and the Casablanca beer. Tostadas, enchiladas, and the tacos made in cheese. And all the other dishes that are cooked and served to please. El Phoenix, El Phoenix, El Phoenix is the finest place for great Martinez Spain.
It's always a pleasure to add beautiful new furniture to your home. And it's even more a pleasure when you can save substantially on its purchase. You can do both this week at Adele Hunt's 7015 Snyder Plaza during Adele Hunt's great winter furniture clearance sale. Take advantage of Adele Hunt's staff of professional interior designers at no extra cost, of course, and save on such famous brands as Henriden, Drexel, Thomasville, Lazy Boy, and many others. For instance, there are exciting accent pieces on sale from Baker, Tomlinson, and Irwin Lambert. The hundreds of fine values in bedroom, dining room, living room, and occasional furniture may not be equaled again. Even a large selected group of lamps and pictures are as much as 60% off the regular price. So shop early while selections are good during Adele Hunt's great winter sale. Adele Hunt's, 7015 Snyder Plaza, near the corner of Lovers Lane and Hillcrest in University Park, where Dallas buys with confidence.
And they're open 20
till 9 p.m.
Yeah, till 9 p.m. We're going to be playing records tonight till 9 p.m. here on KLIF.
Tonight through Saturday night, grab yourself a little funk rock with Uncle Rainbow at Sneaky Pete's. Uncle Rainbow, the hottest group of talent floating around Dallas, this week at Sneaky Pete's. Uncle Rainbow through Saturday night and Wooden Leg playing Sunday nights. Uncle Rainbow tonight through Saturday night at Sneaky Pete's in the Medallion Center. Come on out tonight.
We live in an age of computers. As we sleep, they watch, sense, calculate. One day there will be a thinking machine, a machine with all the instincts of man. Demon Seed, starring Julie Christie. A man created a machine. Now the machine wants to create a man. Demon Seed, Certificate AA, now at Plaza 2 off Piccadilly Circus, Ritz Leicester Square, ABC's Fulham Road and Bayswater, and selected cinemas.
Where Westworld stops, Future World begins. Future World, offering fantasy, sensuality, and adventure. Complete satisfaction guaranteed. Entrance fee, $1,200 a day. Exit fee, your life. Peter Fonda, Blythe Danner, Arthur Hill, and Yul Brynner as the gunslinger in Future World. Rated PG, parental guidance suggested.
Now playing in a theater or drive-in near you. Hey man, you tuned into the Grottu Orloff Show Monday night.
Church bells are ringing. Plan to attend this weekend.
going to be rocking and rolling until 9 o'clock tonight. The Grottu Orloff Show.
It's a bird. It's a dog. That's my baby.
Here I am in a lonely episode. I wonder why a man has to carry this load. It used to be the western movie shoot up the land. There goes my baby in Superman hand. My baby's gone comic book crazy. My baby's gone comic book crazy.
This looks like a job for Superman.
My baby's gone comic book crazy. What do I have to do to keep my love hot? The girl ain't satisfied with what she's got. Now Donald Duck is sitting on my chimney top. He's waiting to take my baby to the red hot. My baby's gone comic book crazy. My baby's gone comic book crazy. All the girl can say is quack, quack. My baby's gone comic book crazy. All night long, Tootie Woodpecker is knocking. And all day long, Bugs Bunny is crunching. What's up, Doc? I asked that girl, what do you feel right now? You know that everybody goes back. She turned around and then she looked at me and she said,
NRC crazy right. NWFD.
my baby's gone comic book crazy. My baby's gone comic book crazy.
This looks like a job for Superman.
My baby's gone comic book crazy. My baby's gone comic book crazy. My baby's gone comic book crazy.
That's all, folks.
My baby's gone comic book crazy here on KLAF 1190, the Grottu Orloff Show. Hey, here's Bethlehem Shalom with her new single.
Well, no one told me about the way you lied. Well, no one told me about how many people cried. But it's too late to say you're sorry. Now that I know, why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find it. He ain't there. Well, let me tell you about the way he looked, the way he acted, and the color of his hair. His face is soft and cool, his eyes were clear and bright, but he ain't there. Well, no one told me about him. What can I do? Well, no one told me about him. Though they all knew. But it's too late to say you're sorry. Now I know. Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find out. He ain't there. Well, let me tell you about the way he looked, the way he acted, and the color of his hair. His face was soft and cool, his eyes were clear and bright, but he ain't there. Too late to say you're sorry. I know. Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find out. He ain't there. Well, let me tell you about the way he looked, the way he acted, and the color of his hair. His words were soft and cool, his eyes were clear and bright, but he ain't there.
Bethlehem Shalom with a new song came out last Wednesday here on KLAF. We're the first to play it in the Metroplex.
The sun goes down. You love the sounds of KLIF in Dallas.
The Grottu Orloff Show will be here till 9. The Ventures, 1966. many moods of the Ventures here on KLF 1190. Grottu Orloff. The Grottu Orloff Show, Monday night, about 3 minutes till 7 here in Dallas, Fort Worth. KLF 1190, the station with a happy difference.
You won't believe the kick I got yesterday. Sashayed into the drugstore, spin a rack, call it my way. Star Spangled War Stories number 99, what a find. Snatched it up quick, now I'm laying down this far out line. Oh, it's a war, comics man, the kind that flip your wig.
1190. It's the Grottu Orloff Show, Monday night.
She rose up to the beach in a faded blue Jeep. Wetsuit half zip, got the whole ocean in her key. Blonde hair wild, salt on her skin. Paddles out fearless, where the big waves begin. Sunlight bouncing, every head turns her way. She's riding the barrel like it's just another day. Big titty surfer girl, catching every swell, dancing on the water, putting heaven under her spell. Big titty surfer girl.
I'm gonna let Donald take over the rest of the evening. I've got some Christmas tree ornaments to put on the tree. Got a lot of things to do, man, and miles to go before I sleep. So, Ambrose the cat is in the back room sleeping, and eventually he'll wake up and come on up. But it's a little hot down here in the basement of Doom. Now, I can't remember. I can look it up online. I don't know if the ceiling fans go in the right direction for summer. It's going clockwise. Is that the right direction for summer? I know this was not even a thing back in Texas, but when Captain Strangelight was visiting, he told me the ceiling fans are going the wrong direction. And I said, I had no idea. But yeah, ceiling fans are reversible. And in certain climates, it's important to know that you change the direction, you flip a little switch on it. So I need to look that up because it is a little bit hot down here in the basement. Drew, let's go on up. I dropped all the ornaments, but they didn't shatter because this stuff from Dollar General doesn't shatter. But that was embarrassing. It scared the dog. I just got too much stuff in my hands here. Drew, we're gonna go upstairs. Come on, let's go. Turn this light off. All right. So, anyway. Yep. No, Drew, not through there. I got a lot more music for you coming up. A lot of you don't like AI. Well, it's not like AI is going anywhere, so might as well use AI to do good things like recreate the past, create a imaginary world where women love famous monsters of filmland and sang countless songs about how great it was. You know, imagine if those were our memories of the 1960s. But anyway, but I can create my own little imaginary world and invite you along. Keep going, Drew. Let's go this way. Whoa! I didn't have hangers for these ornaments, so I was making them out of paper clips, which is something you can do. That's what we had to do back during World War II. I'm just kidding. I wasn't around yet in World War II. I got these from Dollar General, but I never took them out of the package. I just found them in a filing cabinet, these ornaments. They kind of look vintage, kind of, sort of. My wife thought they looked pretty cheap, but I'll just add them here on the tree. Oh my gosh, what is that? Oh, I see. I see. Well, nope, there's another one that fell. Okay, how about that? Here's the tree as it stands on July the 13th, 2026. So we're getting ready for Christmas.
King of the wooden star, absorbing all the lumber, growing tall and
7:07. Okay. I find that fewer people watch my videos if they're under 2 hours. People like to, most of the viewers that I've had over the years like long form videos from me. So it's completely opposite of what they tell you, which is to not make videos over 17 minutes long. Because people want to put on something and fall asleep to it, or I don't even have the door locked, or just to not have to worry about turning to another channel for a while. I think most people that watch my show watch it on a television, not on their laptop or phone. And anyway, if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, except your mind. I guess I ought to eat dinner. It's after 7 o'clock. Maybe I'll go up there and whip together some culinary masterpiece. Anyway, it's nice spending this delightful Monday evening with you. It's now 7:10. I will be seeing you guys soon.